scene a few moments ago. Here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken short. And he'll get it up just past the... Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple of extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And this is Gabriel on the catch.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And the Patriot first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He's got this to his running back, Ty Montgomery. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he finds Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
First down, New England.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They give to Montgomery out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, Montgomery finding room to the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. The kick by Bryant is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
This will be taken short. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, travel.
Murray now on first down. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Patriots' 47-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 2nd and 7, Murray towards the end zone for Brown. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time.
Oh, now Murray has it stripped, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. You got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Brissett. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Doing with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 3rd down, Brissett. They're complete. This is Albert Wilson. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Now Brissett on 4th down. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On first down, Murray. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. The gun. Here's Brissett. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Forced out to his left. He's going deep for Brown. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. Third down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing now is Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And some room to work. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up.
That's it, baby. We got work.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 37. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they'll run. Murray. And he is in. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Murray again, 2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Bradley Roby there defensively. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Murray going to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
You got nothing to do.
First down, Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Murray. Catch made here by Campbell. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 47 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know, in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing on second down. Brissett. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Out of the gun, Brissett. Finds his target, Montgomery. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
First down, Patriots.
Montgomery. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They go back to Murray on first down, and he's going to get this inside the 30. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
It's a gain of 10.
On first down, Murray. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Peterson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Again, Peterson. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Right there.
When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going deep for Brown. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and the lead is up to 8. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And a nice gain at 21 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. To throw, Brissett. And he's got room. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the lead is up to 15 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing, Brissett. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 14. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Set, hut, down the wall. Mark 54. Come on, the ball here.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
Check, Mike.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 14.
And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He's going to and my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack on first down, Murray. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Complete. Richardson has it. That'll go as a pickup of 8. They're looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Murray now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again, Murray towards the end zone for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Taylor Gabriel, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots get a score closer. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no good plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic.
There goes Melvin Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 9th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the lead is now 24. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, Brissett nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
He's checking. Crash. 25, check 25.
Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And it is incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 26.
Back to throw it. Murray. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until